Yeah. Um, yeah, good question. I think a lot of people are questioning that during this season. Let's see. So, of course, like the basic answer is always love. Always to do your best to come to your heart, come to that which you truly are, which is love. You are the essence of love. Um, and then what comes to mind is from there, you just want to practice welcoming everything, including I'm doing the best I can in this situation, and they are doing the best they can. It's like, can I allow myself to open up and just welcome that everybody's doing the best they can in the moment? And like, then what you say or what you do can come more directly from that space. But if you are coming from that space, it almost doesn't even matter what you say or do at that point. Um, because the love that you have the intention to come from, like that is where you're coming from then. And that's always going to help you and the ones around you that you're interacting with, especially at this time of the year. It's going to allow that to flow more harmoniously. And yeah, so, and then like what today's going to be about is about being proactive about these things. So in this case, what that might mean is like if you know you're going to go to a get together with family and there might be tensions, practice beforehand. While you're in your safe place, close your eyes and send love to that situation. Imagine you're encapsulating it in loving light, or that you're recognizing the infinite divine loving being in them and they're recognizing that in you, just purely as energy, just purely as imagination before you go. So you can set it up that love precedes your arrival. Because whether your family knows it or the friends or whoever you're going to be with, whether they know it or not, everybody is psychic. Everybody's connected. If you are sending love beforehand, on some level, they are receiving that love, and that's helping them to calm down already. So you won't, like if you're normally like a trigger for them, they'll be less likely to be triggered because they're already being bathed in that love. So that whole idea of like, how, in what way can I be proactive, especially in this season, to be the loving essence that I am, no matter what, in each and every situation? For somebody else, it might be going to a store that's playing Christmas music and that's crowded, more crowded than usual. Like maybe that triggers them, maybe that sets them off or has the potential to. So again, before I go, can I imagine myself just filling that store with love, letting everyone feel that love who's present in the store before you even get there? And then when you're there, can I imagine that I'm a living Christmas tree of loving light and I'm radiating this out to everybody, no matter what their response? Because like we started with, you can allow yourself to know everyone's doing the best they can. So everyone you're interacting with also has their predisposed triggers that might be coming up and going off, and their own difficulty with these kinds of situations. So again, this it's just a great opportunity to be proactive, to imagine whatever situation you're going to be in before you're in it, and fill it with as much love and light as possible. And it's mostly your intention that does that. If you're a visualizer and you can visualize it in one way or another, that's great. But you can even, I like to set intentions with questions. What would it be like to meet with my family while feeling overflowing with love the whole time, so no one can trigger me in any way? Nobody can knock me from this unconditional love. Like, just asking that question and letting your system respond to it, you've set that intention. So you don't even need to visualize it, but if visualization helps you and extends it and that works for you, do that as well. Yeah, so that's a great question and really fits today's topic, whether you knew it or not. Yeah, good. So there is a little setup today that the guides want to do. So after I sent out the email today, which was just the generic announcement, I went into a meditation and they started showing me what today's theme was going to be. And kind of in keeping with the system, the season, this is considered a gift-giving season, a season of gifts. And that's what the guides were emphasizing, is that everything, from their perspective, everything is a gift. We're constantly being offered these gracious gifts just to be in a human life. None of us fully appreciates the immeasurable gift of grace it is to be here as humans with the ability to make good karma, bad karma, or transcend karma. Even the celestial gods and goddesses don't have this opportunity. They long for a human life where they can actually progress closer to infinite divine being. So we have this amazing opportunity, and everything is for us. Everything that comes to us is a gift. We just don't recognize it as that yet, or we would be God realized, overflowing in ecstasy, moment to moment, all the time. So one way of looking at the spiritual path is learning how to see the gift and receive the gift that's always being offered to us. So one way of thinking about this, which I've used before, is in every dream, this is true. In each and every one of our dreams, there's grace coming at us. Whatever is best for us is being offered to us in a dream. But if we have blocks and fears and repressed energies in our system, that gift, that light and love can trigger us. And when the fear gets applied, when the thinking, the fear-based thinking gets applied, what was meant to be a gift and a blessing can turn into a nightmare. We turn it into a nightmare through our fear-based pictures and imaginings. That's why this work, we spend so much time clearing the blockages so we can just receive without it hitting and triggering anything in our system. So we can receive it as the gift that it was always meant to be. So we turn our dreams into nightmares. And at a certain point, you can become conscious enough in your dream and aware enough of this fact that even within the dream, you can have the thought, wait a minute, I'm trying to get away from something here and it just gets worse and worse. What would happen if I just turned and opened to it? And boom, the nightmare ends. You see, you know, this monster that you were afraid of is actually your divine beloved smiling at you with open arms, ready to totally receive you. Every gift is like that. We often will repress and deny and push away the gifts. And then karma has to come up to kick us in the butt and say, look, we're trying to get something across to you and you're not getting it the easy way. So wake up. Boom, here's something to wake you up, get you focused on this. We're going to make it uncomfortable because you are still operating at the level where you don't give your attention to something until it's uncomfortable, until it's painful enough. Then you'll say, okay, this is important enough that I can give this some time. So what's the antidote to that? Well, it's what they call proactive time. It's like you want to take time to proactively practice receiving the grace, receiving the gifts. So, like playing a transmission or joining us here, this is you proactively opening to the light, to the love that wants to come to you. This is you proactively opening your system to have some of those triggers cleared so you can receive more. And anytime you play a transmission or do a one-to-one session or a healing mini group, those are all proactive ways you're inviting the grace in directly so the karma doesn't have to come smack you in the face with it. Because ultimately, our infinite divine beings want us to be surfing constantly and enjoying the ride, not getting caught up and dragged under a wave because we weren't doing our part to continue opening to it as much as is required. So beyond like putting on a transmission or doing a session in one way or another, there's the option to just sit down, take some time. Like I was saying before, if you know you're going to go out to a family situation that might have conflict and tension, might spur some triggers, before you go, sit down and just shift your attention to, okay, what's the gift for me here? What can I receive now? What awareness, what feelings of love and peace and kindness, what understanding can I receive before I'm in that challenging situation so that possibly that situation won't be as challenging? Can I open and receive the grace, the love more directly, more immediately right now? And then you change. You are changed by that. Even if you sit in that just for 2 minutes, you've been changed. The situation is now different. The energy that will get reflected back to you when you're with your family is going to already be different and might get to stay in a gracious mode all the way through without ever getting tripped up into a more karmic or uncomfortable kind of situation. So yeah, it's like some people have a habit of like waking up at like 4 o'clock in the morning and then not being able to get back to sleep. So a common pattern there is our defenses are quite low at 4 in the morning. And so that which has been trying to come up, that's actually a gift, but might be hidden behind some repressed energy, some block, is wanting to come to the surface. And because you're not taking time proactively during the day to invite it all the way up, it pushes its way up at night. So sometimes if it doesn't wake you up completely, it's one of those ones that can become kind of like a nightmarish dream. It pushes its way into your dreams. If it resolves in your dreams, wonderful. If it turns into a nightmare and you wake up with that feeling of, ugh, that didn't feel good, doesn't feel done, then what I would do is say, well, can I take 5 minutes and just, okay, whatever was trying to come up, can I just welcome it up all the way? Can I welcome it with love? Can I know this is the best that I can do in the moment and I want to do it better? I invite my angels, I invite my guides. Help me resolve this right now. And it will, in one way or another, and it's going to do it pretty quickly. Like you might need to feel a little bit of it, but mostly it's going to work through with light and love. It's going to move through pretty quickly. When you are inviting it, it moves quickly. When you're resisting it, well, you're resisting it. You're slowing it down. You're keeping it from moving through quickly and easily. So that's what the guides wanted to highlight today. It's an invitation to take time out, whether it's a few minutes, a half hour, couple hours, whatever it is for you, whatever feels good and right for you, to just take some time to invite the gifts that are there waiting for you to reveal themselves. And some of those gifts are, it's a blocked energy that just wants to be free. And then behind that blocked energy is more light and love for you, your system. Sometimes it's a gift that's trying to come in and trying to turn on. And, maybe there's been fear around opening to your gifts. So you don't have to understand though, and there's nothing to figure out. All you need to do is just invite it to reveal itself, invite it to complete itself. Your system knows how to do that. Your infinite divine being knows how to do it. But it needs you as a conscious personality to make some time and to invite it. Or it has to rely on the second method, which is to kick you in the butt using karma. And, that can be uncomfortable. It's no fun to do it physically or financially or, it's much better to do it proactively. Okay, so that is the setup. And the guides are going to, well, we'll find out what they're going to do. But essentially, generally, they're going to make it so your system is even more predisposed to do this. So you just find yourself doing it more often, more easily, more clearly, like with more conscious awareness. So you can stay ahead of your karma. And see, the more we do this proactively, we transcend our karma. We get to the point where we don't need to live out either the good or the bad karma. So good karma, that's enjoyable. It's good, but it's still karma. It still keeps you attached to coming back into this world. So ultimately, the goal is to transcend karma. So we have full and total freedom to either come back or do something else that we might want to do at that point. Okay, so let's begin the transmission. We're going to go for about 45 to 50 minutes. All you need to do is relax. Just welcome whatever's arising as best you can. Notice what you notice along the way. Yeah, let's begin. So, this is a transmission of divine love consciousness, the absolute highest, most supreme, most intimate, most charming, most loving form of God. And thus, it's always for your highest good and the highest good of all. So, as we open to this transmission, yeah, I just begin observing what it's doing, as well as observing what my guides and angels are doing within this transmission. And along the way, I do the best I can to put this into words to make it easier for you to track what's going on. But there's always far more going on than can be put into words. The words are ultimately always simply pointers to what your system, your energy system, the wholeness of your being is receiving. Like this right now, you're receiving this light and love, and it's automatically helping your system to expand so you can receive even more. Yeah, at every level of your system, all the way down to the fully unconscious, that densest energy in your system, the divine love consciousness has the ability to reach all the way to the fully unconscious aspects of your mind and being. This is one of the qualities of divine love consciousness that other qualities of the divine don't have. Most other qualities of the divine have to work like layer by layer. They can't penetrate all the way through to the densest areas the way divine love consciousness can. The way divine love consciousness is doing within your system right now. So your soul is the seed of the divine, that spot existence that travels through time, experiences itself within the passage of time. And that soul is what lays just beyond the deepest, most fully unconscious level of your being. And divine love, divine light is shining on your soul as it's also shining through the most dense aspects of your being, all the way to your soul, that aspect of you that has incarnated infinite times in infinite ways. Yeah, the transmission saying it's time for you to be more directly in contact with your soul and all the information the soul contains from its travels, from its infinite lifetimes. I mean, we're always connected to the soul to some degree, but generally it's highly veiled. And we're taking away some of those veils, allowing more of who and what you are as a soul to bleed through, to be shared with you as a conscious personality. And then, vaster than you as a human being and vaster than you as a soul is you as infinite divine being. Infinite divine being is not spot existent. Infinite divine being can dive into time, but is not restricted to time, past, present, and future, or the illusion of time. So, who and what you are as infinite divine being is being highlighted for you to experience while also experiencing this increased light upon your soul and these lines of connection through the deepest parts of your unconscious. And then all of that connecting into like your present experience of yourself, your conscious personality that is a mix of human and divine. So, at the level we're working at right now, you may or may not be very conscious of what's actually changing. But this is making some very foundational changes to this incarnation, to this present life you are living. So, whether you understand it or not, whether you're experiencing it consciously or not, would you be willing to explore, have your own experience of the gift that is being offered to you to bring more light, love, and awareness to the deepest, most unconscious aspects of your being, to more directly connect with your soul and all the wisdom contained within your soul. Yeah, because the time is now. The time is now. The time is now to remember, to reconnect, to reawaken. Yeah, with more and more of your greater beingness, including your soul, especially your soul's wisdom. Okay, yeah, good. System's opening to that, receiving this increased flow of information, of light, of love, of integrity of being, this greater integrity of being, because you're opening to more of your being. It allows you to experience directly for yourself more of who and what you are, more of your own integrity, like that which makes you uniquely you. Because no one else has had the exact same experiences in the exact same order. It's like your soul journey is the way you develop and explore your uniqueness. A uniqueness that upon God realization gets divinized, gets made permanent. Because every divine being is a unique expression of divinity, even as every divine being is within the oneness and enjoys merging and blending and letting go of its uniqueness within the oneness. Sometimes just for a moment, sometimes for eons. Your uniqueness never goes away. You can always come back to that which sets you apart as well. Divine love consciousness is always a dance of oneness and separation, because that allows the greatest experience of love, of play, the beauty of longing that can happen while in separation. And then the beauty of reunion as you let go of separation. Yeah, and each time you separate out, you highlight different parts of your uniqueness. You highlight different parts of your personality for certain effects, just the way you put on different clothes for different situations or different expressions. Yeah, we're just transmitting the dance, this divine love dance. You separate out so you can experience the divine beloved as other. And then allowing yourself to be drawn back into the divine beloved, into an ever new experience of intimacy until it dissolves into oneness once again. And then at a certain point, you've either had your fill of oneness or the oneness just naturally progresses back into the experience of taking on form again. And now we're going to connect this. So we've been showing you this energetically within pure divinity, like within the abode of divine love consciousness. And now we are connecting it to your present form, your human divine form of this lifetime. Yeah. Would you be willing to allow this to awaken even more within your present life, your present consciousness, your present energy system, so you can experience more and more of this play of divine love, even now, while incarnate? And allow this to show you what the flow of your life can be. When guided and inspired by this flow of divine love consciousness. So for some of you, this is a new space. This is unfamiliar territory. And for some of you, you've experienced this quite deeply, maybe in your distant past, maybe recently, but there might be some familiarity, nostalgia. But you're all invited to just allow your own direct experience to envelop you, to infuse you with more divine love consciousness and divine love play than ever before. And would you be willing to allow yourself to recognize and realize what your present human form adds to this relationship, adds to this experience with the divine beloved? Even if you don't quite know what or who the divine beloved is yet, would you be willing to explore the possibilities that he or she is who you've been looking for? And that he or she can be experienced directly. Would you be willing to allow yourself to receive the divine eyes that allow you to see your divine beloved? And if you notice any part of you resisting this or going into any kind of fear regarding this, would you be willing to just welcome that and allow it to pass all the way through you? Would you be willing to allow yourself to receive the divine senses that allow you to experience your divine beloved directly? Would you be willing to consider the possibility that your divine beloved offers the most healing, the most fulfilling light, love, and truth possible, and allow yourself to surrender even more to this healing fulfillment? And just notice if there's anything you're even a little bit attached to, that's not for your highest good, that doesn't match this divine love consciousness. And would you be willing to allow yourself to explore letting those go so you can receive more and be immersed even more completely in the divine beloved's love? And it's good for you to know that the deepest, densest parts of your unconscious are being soaked in these waters of divine love consciousness, slowly but surely breaking them down and to some degree, they've been there so long, acting as like the foundation of your being. Would you be willing to allow wherever they dissolve to be filled with the light and love of your own infinite divine being? Allow your foundation to be replaced with this divine love consciousness. Wherever possible, whenever possible, however possible. This is also allowing us to continue to unearth the jewel that is your soul, that's been buried under all this dense unconscious energy, but is now becoming more accessible to the rest of you, more directly accessible. Releasing whatever veils are ready to release, which also frees you to have more access to your Akashic Records from all those lifetimes. And to receive more understanding regarding the progression of all your lifetimes, the lessons being learned leading up to this life and the higher purpose of this life, what you are here to resolve from other lives and take forward into a completely new place, a new way of being, all while helping others to do so as well. Yeah, would you be willing to allow yourself to go out ahead of the group, out ahead of the collective consciousness and unconsciousness? Because this is part of your purpose. To let go of looking for affirmation and support from the group so you can go out beyond the group and show the way. Would you allow you, yourself, your infinite divine being, your guides, your angels, even your ancestors, to be and share all the confirmation that you require so you can go even farther out ahead of the group consciousness? Help blaze this trail. Be a model, a representative for others that are one or two steps behind you. Allow this to be natural, effortless. Allow it to unfold in your life organically. And then just once again, feel the embrace of your divine beloved, the confirmation, the support, the understanding of all you have come through, all you have done, all you are doing, all your present challenges. Your divine beloved understands, acknowledges all of it in a way no one else can. Yeah, just receive this. As it moves deeper and deeper into your system. And just notice if any part of you is unsure or not quite ready, your divine beloved knows that, notices that even before you do. And with the utmost respect and love and patience, gives that part of you whatever it needs to heal, to become whole, to rejoin the wholeness of you. Yeah, and the more you experience that, the more you begin to recognize that the Divine Beloved can only act from love, true love, its own true nature. It can never force or rush or demand, or it wouldn't be divine love. It's always respectful, infinitely patient, understanding, knows exactly what each and every part of you needs. So whatever that looks like for you, whatever that feels like, would you be willing to allow yourself to surrender to the Divine Beloved and His or her love even more than ever before? And let's just rest in this for a bit. And it's good for you to know that when you are ready to return to everyday consciousness, you can reconfigure your consciousness to be the best it can be for you here now, the rest of your day and onward. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your openness to explore who and what you truly are and to receive the love of the one who loves you more than anything. Infinite blessings.